So when you've got lymphatic issues or swelling or edema in an area, there's a really simple way to test whether it's swollen or not, and that is just by holding your thumb into the area. So if you hold it there for about 15 seconds usually is enough, and as you lift off you'll see that it will leave a hole, so you'd literally have like a pitting, and it gives you an idea of the grade of how much fluid is around that area. So that's a great way to test. Stick the tape, and then a day later maybe you can retest or ask your client to retest themselves and see if it's making the effect that you want it to make. So we're trying to move fluid from one area to another. Usually with lymphatics, crude lymphatic diagram, but it gives you an idea. With lymphatics, they kind of move up through the body as a rule towards the heart, in from the limbs towards the heart, and they move around the abdomen as well. So we've got here, we'd have the popliteal lymphatics at the back of the knee, and we're going to try and move that fluid, because Faye's obviously got a very swollen knee. We're going to move that fluid up towards the inguinals, which are the next group up the chain. So we're trying to offload. If we did it the other way around, we'd be drawing fluid down to the ankle, and that could overload those lymphatic ducts there. So we really want the channels to open up. So I'm going to take this way. You can use as long a piece of tape as you need to cover the area that's swollen, but we're going to do the knee. And the deal would be that we try to create a crisscross pattern. So you start by peeling off each little tail. Could have done this already. So that you can, yeah, I know. So that we can get into each bit separately. Then we stick down our anchor. So peel off your anchor. I'm going to stick it just above the knee. I want things to go in that direction. You could start up here if you wanted, but that's a lot of little tails that might get knocked off with clothing. Just make sure that is stuck down. And then either you can just do a straightforward straight tape like this, or I like to use my finger. So I put about a 15% stretch, 0 to 15, it's not very much. I just like to use my finger to follow the tape to keep that moving. And I just move my hands side to side. And I create a really nice wavy little pattern. But you'll see as that moves, we're increasing the efficacy of it by giving it that wavy lift in the skin that will hopefully offload more of the lymphatic system as we go. So we're just putting them out in a fan shape, which is why they're called a fan taping. So we fan them out across the area. So I'm just wiggling one hand backwards and forwards while using the finger to stick the tape down. So the finger follows and gives it the stretch that it needs. I'm trying not to pull hard on the tape and give it that stretch. So I'm trying to just keep that tension as normal as I can, as low as I can. So that's our first tape, goes in that direction. And then we want to create as many crisscross patterns as we can as we go with the opposite one. So again, no need to use different coloured tape. You can use the same. I just like to use different. There we go. Stick that anchor down, and we'll do the same thing. So I'll take the first one and I will start just feeding it along, giving it a little wiggle as we go. If you want to just lay it down flat, go for it. If it's easier, I just want to show you as many ways that you can use it as possible. And it looks like octopus when you finish. So straight across the knee. There we go. Give them a nice rub down. Be careful with these that you don't knock them. Once you peel them off, they're going to peel. Usually with clients, I would say if they start to peel up, just trim them off as you go, just to stop the others coming off. And that's it. Come on up. You should be able to bend. It should feel
nice. Ooh,
nice
like
and pretty.
that.
And you can see
It's
that
good.
as she moves, those little fans will be pulling and lifting the skin, drawing the fluid in that direction.
Okay. Is
So
it the opposite? No.
No,
Down.
yeah, so
Okay.
generally the fluid will move towards the anchor. It's pulling that way as you move, and you know that's the way our lymphatics work anyway, so we're just helping them. If she had massive swelling all around, I might anchor her the opposite way around and draw it down to the ankle, because that would be more productive in that case, but you'd have to assess each case as you go. All right, do you want to have a go at this?
That's super cool.